Let's work on building strength in the legs in this yoga-inspired session. You'll need 2 yoga blocks. I've got 2 blocks. Place them on the outside of your mat, and let's come to standing on the top of your mat. So feet are hip distance apart. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe close your eyes. Come into Tadasana. Hands by your side. Draw your breath in and out. Start to ground yourself as you arrive. Maybe you starting your day, maybe you ending your day. Just arrive on your mat. Opening your eyes, deep breath in as you sweep your hands overhead into Urdhva-Hastasana. Maybe the fingertips meet, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Relax, tuck your chin, gaze towards your knees. Deep breath in, place the hands on the shins, come into flat back, half lift. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, place your hands on the floor. Step back with the right leg as you come into that lunge. Deep breath in, maybe the knees on the floor, depending on your flexibility. Maybe the knees lifted. Inhale. As you exhale, step back, shift the hips up high as you come into down dog. Breathing in and exhale as your chest comes towards the floor. Maybe the heels are lifted, maybe the knees are even bent. Breathing in and exhale. Come down onto your knees, lifting your heels, rolling forward like a wave, shoulders over the wrists, knees find the mat. Deep breath in, hands underneath the shoulders, look up into cow. Exhale as you tilt your pelvis forward, tucking your chin, rounding your back into cat. Coming back into that neutral, taking your right leg back, just extending it behind you. Watch that you don't arch the back, keeping your spine neutral. Breathing in, maybe your foot is on the floor. As you exhale, draw your knee towards your wrist. Breathing in and exhale. Slowly lift your hand away from the floor. Bring your foot in. Foot replaces hand. Deep breath in. As you exhale, rotate towards the bent knee, opening up the chest, reaching your top hand high, gazing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, and as you exhale, come back down. Hand finds the floor, replace the foot. Coming into that tabletop, neutral spine. Breathing in, take the left leg back and long. As you exhale, maybe your foot finds the floor. Draw that knee in towards the left wrist. Breathing in. Place the foot down. Lift the left hand onto the knee. Inhale, and as you exhale, twist, opening up the chest, reaching that top hand towards the ceiling. And exhale. Hand comes down on the outside of the foot. Back foot tucks, lifts off the floor of the knee. Inhale, and as we exhale, we float forward into that half lift. Coming into flat back. Fold as you exhale, tucking in the chin. Breathing in, coming up one vertebra at a time. Sweeping the hands up high, gazing up, and exhale as you return to that Tadasana. Breathing in and out. So we're going to continue with a couple more rounds. We're going to mobilize the spine, activate the core, start to wake up the body a little bit. Maybe for the second round, you bring in your blocks, place them on either side of your feet. Feet hip distance apart. Breathing in, sweep the hands up high. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Extend the spine. Breathing in and exhale, shift the hips back. Shift your tailbone back. Breathing in and exhale, release. Place the hands on your blocks now. Tuck your chin. Half lift. Inhale, hands on the shins, underneath the knees, flat back. Well done, everyone. Inhale, and as you exhale, you fold. Now this time, the left leg goes back, coming into that lunge. See how much easier it is when you've got your blocks, bringing that floor a little higher to you. Again, maybe the knee is dropped, maybe the foot is flexed. Inhale, and as we exhale, we step back into down dog. Walking those feet hip distance apart, shifting the hips up high. Now it depends on your flexibility, where you are today with down dog. Maybe you've got a deep bend in the knees. As long as you're pushing the chest towards the knees, the hips high. Maybe the heels are even off the floor. That's okay. Maybe if you've got a bit more flexibility in the back of the legs, you start to lower the heels. But meet your body where you are and just move slowly. Externally rotate the shoulders, breathing in. And as you exhale, roll forward, lift the heels, shift the shoulders over the wrists, and drop the knees. Inhale as we look up, cow. Exhale as we come into cat. Coming into neutral, left leg goes back. Again, just extending that leg back. Try not to lift it too high. Breathing in and exhale. We're going to bring that knee in. Place the foot between the hands. So remember, in the previous round, we used our foot on the floor, and you can stay with that option if that's where you are today. Foot comes between the hand, and exhale, we rotate, gazing up towards the ceiling. Exhale as we release, returning back to neutral. Right leg goes back. Maybe your toes on the floor, maybe engaging that glute, lifting the leg a little higher. Draw the knee in as you breathe in, and exhale. Place the foot down between the hands. Peel your hand away from the floor. Reach up towards the ceiling. Twist towards the bent leg. Breathing in and out. Tuck your back toes. Lift your knee. Inhale. Gaze towards the floor. Relax the neck. And as you exhale, come back into that forward fold. Half lift. Release, exhale. Inhale as we come back up to Udvahastasana. Reaching up and down. Let's do one more round. Inhale, we sweep up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, you fold. Step back into your lunge. Breathe in as you exhale. Step back into down dog. Hips are high. Chest pushes towards the knees. Gazes between the feet. Breathing in and out. Exhale, lifting the heels, shifting forward. Shoulders over the wrists. Find yourself in plank and then drop your knees. Inhale. Leg goes back. Exhale, foot between the hands, foot replaces the hand, and we twist. Hand comes down. Use your breath as you move. Leg goes back. Draw the knee and the breath in. Place the foot down and exhale into the twist. Reaching up. Bring your hand down. Gaze to the center of your mat. Tuck your back toe, lift your knee into that lunge. Breathing in and float that back leg in. Tuck the chin. Fall into the half lift. Coming up. Forward fold. Slowly bend the knees, sweeping up. Returning. Udvahastasana. And back down to Tadasana. Well done. You should start to feel a little bit more mobile now. And let's get ready for our standing sequence. I'm going to move the blocks out of the way and you turn to face me. Feet are wide, breathing in and out. We're going to find warrior two. So turn your foot to the side and the other toes face me. You've got a wide stance, your heels are in line. Inhale, sweeps the hands up in line with the shoulder. Exhale, we bend the front leg. Push into your back leg. The back leg is the toes facing me. The front leg is the toes facing maybe out of a window or a wall, depending on where you are in your living room. Gaze down your arm, pass your fingers into warrior two. Inhale. As we exhale, we bend that front leg, knee over ankle. Now what happens here is we tend to lean forward. I want you to stack your shoulders over your hips. Breathing in and out. As we exhale, we start to pivot that back foot. Lift the heel. And we're going to move these blocks a bit. Lift the heel and pivot to face the bent knee. Inhale, sweep the hands up, and exhale, bend both knees. Breathing in and out. Come up. Take your hands behind your back. Maybe clasp your fingers behind your back. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can always hold your elbows. That's an option for you. Breathing in, rotate your back foot now to 45, placing that heel on the ground. Shoulders over the hips, pushing your feet into the floor. We're going to find humble warrior. Inhale. As we exhale, we bend that front leg. We lean forward. Place your chest on your upper leg if you can. Get as close as you can. Relax your neck. Gaze towards your big toe. Breathing in and out. If this is too much for your arms, remember, hold your elbows. Breathing in. Coming up, keeping that leg bent. Returning to warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to go into reverse warrior. Back hand drops, front hand lifts up. Gaze up towards the ceiling, baby back bend. Really bend that front leg, gazing up. Now you should start feeling that quad. Feel that little burn a little bit. Inhale and breathe. As you return to warrior two, exhale. Come out of the legs, turn the toes, face me. Brilliant job. I know you're doing really well. Take a couple breaths here. And let's go to the other side. So turning your toe to face forward, your back toes face me. Your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Zip up like you're getting into a pair of skinny jeans or some tight trousers. Brace the belly. Inhale. As we exhale, we sweep our hands up high. We bend our front knee as we find warrior two. Take a couple breaths here. Push into that back foot. Push your knee over your ankle. Inhale and exhale. Warrior two. Lowering the hands. Start to pivot that back foot now. Lifting the heel. Facing the front. Shoulders are over the hips. Spine is neutral. Inhale, we bend both our knees and we sweep our hands up overhead. Gaze is just in front of you. Breathing in and out. As we exhale, we come out of the legs. Pivot that back foot to 45. Drop your heel. Take your hands behind your back. Straighten that front leg. Clasp the hands or hold the elbows. Breathing in, and let's find humble warrior. Exhale, bend the front knee, fold forward. Gaze towards the toes. Breathing in and out. Push into the feet. And now as you exhale, come out of humble warrior. Chest is lifted. Bring your hands to warrior two. Turn your back foot, toes face me. Well done. Inhale. Reverse warrior. Sweep the front hand up, back hand. Reaches for the back knee. Baby back bend. Breathing in and out. Exhale, return. Warrior two. And we're going to just step forward to the front of our mat. Breathing in and exhale. Return to Tadasana. Well done, everyone. We're going to make our way onto the floor, into that vinyasa. Sweep the hands up high. Extend the spine. Hinge from the hips as you fall. Maybe your fingertips are on the floor. Maybe you're very flexible and your hands are flat. I've got tight hamstrings today, so I'm not going to push myself. Breathing in. And now exhale, deep bend in the knees so the hands find the floor. Step back into that lunge. Step back into down dog. Shift the hips up high. Breathe in and out. Roll like a wave as we find plank. Shift the shoulders over the hips. Brace the belly. You're just here for one more breath. Drop to the knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, cat and cow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Coming into cat. And let's slowly make our way into a seated position. Shift the legs to the side, coming into that mermaid pose and swinging your legs in front of you. Well done, everyone. So shoulders over the hips, belly is braced. Deep breath in, sweep the hands up high and exhale. The hinge comes from the hips. Try and keep the back straight. Gaze towards the knees and right where you are, let your hands fall wherever feels natural. Some might be here, some might be on the ankles. Breathe in. With the next breath, let's go a little bit further. So maybe you take peace fingers and you find your toes, big toes, wrapping your peace fingers around your toes, breathing in and exhale, release. And if that's not where you are today, that's fine. Bring your hands to your ankles or maybe hold. Try not to round the upper back too much. Hinge forward from the hips. Push the sit bones into the floor. Push the hips back. Breathing in and out. Slowly release as you come up. Inhale and exhale. Bend the knees. Separate the feet wide. So your feet are just on the inside of your mat. Breathing in and out. We're just going to windscreen wiper our legs. Take them to the side. Knee drops behind the heel. Other side. Working on that hip mobility now. Breathing in and out. Dropping side to side. And let's come back to neutral. So working on the toes and the ankles, because strong ankles really help you if you want to improve your stability. Breathe in, point your toes, lift up tall, and as you exhale, flex the feet. Fingertips are on the floor. Breathing in, pointing the toes. Exhale, flex the feet. Now this time, point. Bring your heels together, feet apart. So you're in a first position, making a little circle with the toes. And out. And again, back to that point. And flex. In and out. Inhale, looking up. Now on the exhale, all you're going to do is lift the heels off the floor, engage those quads, lifting up, breathing in, out, and release. Bend the knees, come up, and let's use our core strength. Palms face up as we find our way onto the floor. Exhale, coming down one vertebra at a time, breathing in and out. And as we finish, we're just going to finish in a figure of four. Inhale. As you exhale, imprint your spine onto the mat. Breathing in, lift the right leg up. Place the right ankle across the left knee. Exhale, pushes the right knee out into that figure of four position. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you tuck your chin, lift your shoulders, lift the foot off the floor, clasp the hands underneath the knee. Inhale, and maybe you exhale, bringing that head onto the floor, squeezing that leg a little closer towards you. Breathing in and out. Slow release of the hands. Let the foot find the floor, and let's change sides. Move slowly, meet your body where it is. Inhale, imprint the spine. Exhale, push the knee out. So it's left ankle over right knee. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Take a couple breaths here. Maybe you lift the right foot off the floor. Tuck the chin, lift the shoulders, take the hands under the leg. Inhale. And now as you exhale, drop your head. And in doing so, bring your leg a little closer towards your body. Feeling that stretch on the outside of the hip. Inhale. And slow release of the hands. Exhale. And let's finish. Bringing the knees up in line with the hips. Tuck the chin, lift the shoulders, roll into a ball. Maybe shift side to side. Inhale. Exhale, come to stillness. Taking one more breath in. And as we exhale, find Shavasana. Let the head come down. Let the feet fall out to the side. Breathing in and out. Stay here as long as you need to. And when you're ready, slowly push yourself up into a seated position. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed our lower body flow today. If you've got any questions, pop me a private message and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for following me. Bye.